Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. If I know Siddharth was here, probably I would have made the script and given it to him, and he would have done a fantastic delivery of the story than I could have done. Unfortunately, I didn't have the time to tie up with him, so you have to pardon and live with me. To set the context, I would like to share with you, and you keeping the phone here because I want to share with you a very interesting WhatsApp message one of my friends from the Bay Area sent me. He's a very senior partner in a very reputable multinational consulting firm. So he said, India is truly leapfrogging and creating public goods that act as an enabler for the next 6 billion. What's the word? 6 billion. Where the private walled gardens of e-commerce companies may not be the best answer. I was speaking to some high-profile venture capitalists in the Bay Area, and they're amazed with the work you guys are leading in India and its potential impact. God bless you. So I thought I had to share that. Yesterday, since I got this when I landed up here in Bombay, I thought it's something that a way to set the context of what I want to say in the next 10 minutes. This is not just I shared that because the satisfaction I felt and the extent of noise it has made up there in the Bay Area in such a short period of time, and the recognition that the India retail sector, or not just the retail sector, India digital commerce sector is taking a leapfrog. And this is the similar kind of feedback that I've got from many in the industry. People from the industry, people from the venture capitalists, people from the academia, and the whole host of people who have had the opportunity to take a look, take a peek, maybe discuss, and have intense dialogue and debate and discussions and criticism with me in the last 6 to 8 months' time when we really enhanced the pitch of what we are doing in Open Network for Digital Commerce. So what I'll do is I'll quickly, and in the next 10 minutes, I'll just give a little context where we are and what we are going to do. And it is nothing less than a call of action, because you are the people who are going to really make it work. Open Network for Digital Commerce is not a platform. Somebody will think that, we are trying to set up a super platform or a super app. Everything is super these days. We are not doing anything at all. What we are doing is a super network, connecting all of you with the kind of diverse solutions that you may have to come together and speak a common language that will enable everybody equal opportunity, whether you are a buyer and a seller. And that is a philosophy and spirit that we are working. And that's where I said it's a call of action from all of you, because it's you who's going to make this network make or break. So let me just briefly say when I say what's a network is all about. The very nature of Internet 2.0, what we are all finished in the field of digital commerce, that has been evolving very much in the last few years, even in India, has been that it grew very, very fast, covering a very large cross-section of buyers and sellers. Even in India, we saw tremendous growth. But there is one particular challenge with respect to the model that as a world that we have adopted. There's nothing wrong with the people who are doing it, because they're doing a fantastic job. I am one of the very active users of most of these solutions that is out there. But what is this inherent fundamental problem? Is that the way the digital commerce has evolved as against how the internet evolved is that it provides and it creates walled gardens. You have entities entities with fantastic talent who are able to provide a complete end-to-end solution, beautiful, from the seller interface to logistics to warehousing to buyer interface to buyer payment, everything fantastic. And that's also give a lot of comfort and convenience. But the challenge is that, since each of them, to make their solutions unique and special, will have their own proprietary technology, which would mean that if whoever has come in any of the segment with what we call a super app and managed to get a pretty large, reasonably large size of users at any end, preferably both ends, will have the advantage of establishing himself or herself itself without being unseated. That's what the economists call the winner takes it all strategy. And this is something that the whole world is concerned about, not because of the people who are involved, but because of the way the structure undergoes a change with respect to contestability and with respect to the fair practices. If you've seen, this is a concern that is being expressed all around the world. In China, they express this concern by exerting more government control or takeover. In US, they bring a very powerful lady, I think Lisa Khan or Lina Khan, I forgot the name, as FTC chairman, and given a mandate to find a solution to this issue of very heavy tech concentration. In European Union, I was just reading through they come out with a regulation called Digital Market Access Regulation, I think. If you take a look at it, you should read. It's very nicely articulated. And the solution is regulation. What we are doing here in India is a little different. All of us are facing the same questions, and we all need an answer to this question. Is that we decided that we are going to use technology, we are going to use markets, and just an enabling policy, and not the other way around. And we have managed to convincingly prove that it is possible when we attempted that in the scale of payment, when we attempted UPI, which about 5 years ago was taken with a lot of questions and nobody thought it's going to happen. But in the last 5 years, from the levels of 300 million of all transaction in a month, our country demonstrates 5.5 to 6 billion transactions, which has been made possible only because of this new protocol that has been implemented. While there are, in certain segments of UPI, you will see some few entities having pole positions and leading positions. Altogether, the open protocol has enabled more than 80 new startups, and I heard from them that about 10 or 15 of them have become unicorns. It enabled possibility to explode. And that is exactly what we are trying to attempt here in e-commerce too. So let me just briefly explain what it is. Let's look at what is a structural fundamental change that we are try to bring. Only two words: unbundling and interoperability. What is unbundling? Is that the components or the building blocks of trade, whether it is seller interface or buyer interface, there are many more, I'm just making it simple, two sides, unbundle them. And when you unbundle them, how will you ensure that there's a seamless service to the customer and the supplier? Is by making this unbundled components to talk to each other in the same language. So create an interoperable protocol. This is the only thing that we are attempting. And the rest is left to the magic of innovation, magic of specialization. Because when you have a walled garden which is providing complete end-to-end solution, the innovation is all within. The specialization is all within. If I have a very smart solution to, let's say, service a very select customer of who are producing Kanchipuram silk from South India, fantastic, I know what kind of industry strengths, what kind of information they need, I can put together a lot of things together, but I am unable to get my buyers because I don't have a captive set of buyers. So what we are saying is that if we can create a protocol that will provide access to all the buyers in the market, to any small or large sellers, and the vice versa. And for any buyer, irrespective of which platform they come from, access to any big sellers. That's the idea of unbundling and interoperability. And we have given an extensive discussion of that in our strategy paper, which is there in ONDC.org. And then, as some time is limited, I am just closing. And I'll leave it to you guys to read. And since we are all interested parties in this transformation, I welcome all of you to contact us through mail, WhatsApp, or anything to take the discussion forward. And it will be my pleasure to sort of extend any kind of support that may be needed. Thank you.